BMW's K family has been a success on the road for more than 10 years, evolving or revolutionizing it as you see fit. In 2023, the K family will bring this large touring icon to life. This touring vehicle does appear a bit larger than life individually, at least at first glance. From the cyclist's fully equipped cockpit, which includes a 10.25-inch TFT monitor and all of their personal items. With no motorist, no trunk, and a roughly 90% full gasoline tank, the K1600 GT weighs 343 kilograms. The K1600 GT doesn't seem uncomfortable or bulky because to its comfortable 810mm seat height, and as you get to know the bicycle, its weight gradually becomes less obvious. This motorcycle is the ideal illustration of how to use momentum to your advantage. The inline six-cylinder, 4-stroke engines with 4 valves per cylinder is unquestionably the showstopper for this touring package. The BMW 1600 GT has enough grip to pull at low revs and enough power to pull higher throughout the rev range, producing a solid 118 kilowatts at 6,750 revolutions per minute and 180 Nm. This available power is clear while cornering the enormous K1600 GT, which has more than enough grip even if you upshift excessively. The K1600 GT's massive machine begins to dance and generate a little bit of a frenzy after you rev it up to 3,000 revolutions per minute, when it hits its alleged peak speed of more than 200 kilometers per hour. The power is now 1,000 revolutions per minute lower, which is a significant gain given the size of the BMW K1600 GT and is clearly evident this year. The 2022 upgrade adds engine's drag torque management, a piece of equipment that reduces excessive rear tire slide and aids in preventing unsteady riding situations when coasting or downshifting. To make sure you maximize the benefits of the BMW 6-cylinder, a 3-riders option is offered. The action happens in dynamic setting, which allows for full throttle operation and makes use of all of the available torque and horsepower to provide bikers the finest performance possible. While Rain Style offers a more controlled cyclist experience, Road option allows for a less aggressive power band, providing for a smoother throttle response for the cyclist. BMW's renowned 6-speed gearbox and shaft drive are the source of all power, and the quickshifter is used to change gears. Even when driving more aggressively and covering greater distance on open roads, the K1600 GT feels stable in turns. The supple suspension system absorbs the bumps with little effort. A BMW Motorrad dual-lever center spring strut provides 115 mm of travel for the K1600 GT's front suspension system. The K1600 GT's rear wheels can move 135 mm farther than the front wheels thanks to a cast aluminum single-sided rocker arm and a center spring strut from BMW Motorrad Paralever. A great addition if you're a rider who just wants to ride and cycle is a pile of sophisticated tech that electronically adjusts the motorcycle's setup and balance to improve user comfort and handling without actual user interaction. The load-bearing engine is mounted on a bridge-type cast aluminum chassis in the BMW 2023 K1600 GT. Whether negotiating curves, coasting down the motorway, or performing precise low-speed maneuvers, the motorcycle feels stable at all speeds and under all circumstances. The big K1600 GT's front brakes are handled by a pair of 320mm discs and 4 piston calipers, while the rear brakes are handled by a single 320mm disc and 4 piston calipers. The BMW Integral ABS Pro features, of Sure, further highlight how sophisticated this motorcycle is. While the K1600 GT maintains its lines well, as is to be anticipated with a motorbike of that size, there is enough of its surface to capture the wind. Like other large things, it will be vulnerable to powerful gusts from the wind that the riders will be lifted up by. The cyclist's cockpit and a bevy of electronics that have found a home in Germany's large tourer are advantages of all the fairing and windscreen. At the press of a button, the totally electronic windshield may be changed. Its 10.25-inch TFT display, which works as a control panel for not only choosing riding styles and preferences but also integrating audio and all smartphone features, including the ability to give navigation, is simple to use and straightforward for the driver. With a motorcycle like the K1600 GT in all its cyclist creature comfort, there is a certain amount of optimism that everything would go according to plan. However, the audio on the K1600 GT is decent without being spectacular. It doesn't disappoint it at all. In the majority of part, better than decent and fair. Sure, there are extras like heated grips, comfortable seats for the driver and pillion, cruise control, in addition reverse assist that come normal on such expensive motorcycles with the assumption of real German attention to detail and technology. This semi-active suspension, which is used for the initial time on the refreshed R1200 GS, uses a single front spring journey sensor to identify the upward movement of the wheels in each case in the vehicle's speed vary in numerous rear parameters to autonomously adjust the damping system to the required conditions, independent of traffic circumstances or driving techniques. Through electrically operated control valves, the damping effect of the spring struts is therefore modified at the front and back. According to BMW, the dynamic ESA conveys a completely new sensation of safety when riding thanks to much improved tire road contact.